Rolling. So,
Begun the shit wars have.
yeah, so this is just a review of Rise of Skywalker.
It's fresh out of the oven. We just saw it.
It's like 2 a.m. We're right in front of a restaurant because there's this questionably dangerous person walking around. He might be a hobo or something. I feel bad for him, but
I told him to skedaddle. So
yeah, we just don't have time for that. Rise of Skywalker. So I pretty much set my expectations low for this movie, and then coming out, it
managed to set even lower than those low expectations.
No, I honestly, God, don't know what to think of this movie. Do we need to go into spoilers?
Yes, this is going to be a spoiler review, by the way.
Yeah, spoilers.
It's going to be our personal thoughts on it. So if you already seen the movie and you want to know if your opinions match up with us,
just let us know. So that's God. Where do we even begin? There's a lot to unpack. So very beginning.
Yeah, it starts out with a fucking massacre. Kylo Ren playing fucking pumped up kicks again. And slaughtering an entire village.
And, Emperor Palpatine is most definitely back.
In the flesh.
Speaking of flesh...
No explanation.
See, this is where my original theory that The Last Jedi kind of screwed over what this movie could have been.
It did. I mean...
You know that whole thing with Snoke? Well, as soon as... so Kylo Ren, he goes to this planet, which is pretty...
him.
Yeah, so Kylo Ren basically just goes to this planet, which I guess the planet of the Sith or some
Exegol.
Exegol, Icicle, whatever you would like to call it. And, there's Palpatine right there, and then these little, tubes or whatever, some clones of Snoke or whatnot. That's their explanation for Snoke, I guess, because Rian Johnson fucked up his character.
Yeah, so Snoke is just basically clones and... failed clones of I don't know what Palpatine.
Yeah, maybe
they don't really explain it.
No. Nothing is really explained. You're just expected to buy a lot of crap.
I think they expected us to go in thinking it was a Star Wars movie, turn our brains off, and be like, just enjoy the action. I didn't. Also, something that was really strange was how freaking fast pace everything was. It did not feel like Star Wars. The editing was really off. It switched from scene to scene to scene. It didn't leave us room to
there was a lot of gaps in the narrative. I feel like some things should have been explained a little bit more. We go from this and then we cut to another planet. Then we cut to another planet with other characters, and then we cut to another planet with other characters.
All within the span of 5 minutes.
Yeah, there's no bridge. It's like J.J. Abrams knew, look, this trilogy ain't going nowhere. We gotta wrap this up as fast as possible, and let's move on to other stuff. He probably
was like, let's just keep throwing things at the audience so they don't actually have time to process how bullshit we're making everything.
Yeah.
They come across everything. Everything's coincidental. The Sith dagger, they just pick it up out of the sand because they just fall in some random cavern. They just so happen to fall.
Oh yeah, that was ridiculous. It's this cavern with this quicksand pit or whatever. Oh, and then that brings us to very interesting fact about the Force that we didn't know about. Apparently,
something that completely negates the entire original trilogy.
Yeah, apparently the Force is it can heal wounds, it's just
easily too, because also Baby Yoda does it in The Mandalorian.
Yeah, you can do this and be like, all right, your wounds are healed.
You could even bring someone back from the dead. And then, of course, Kylo died of constipation / exaggeration, just like Luke, just like everyone else in this Disney trilogy.
Disappears, just poof.
You know what freaking pissed me off?
What?
Han Solo came back as some sort of Force ghost vision thing.
Maybe that's just his memory or his suppressed emotions of his father.
That's why they put in that little piece of dialogue. They're like, I'm a part of you, I'm your memory, kid.
It looked like Harrison Ford just really didn't want to be in that movie. Just be like, I thought my character was dead. Why are you bringing me back?
It looked like Mark didn't want to be there at all. Because in every single shot, because he was in there as a Force ghost. He had that kind of smug, condescending look.
It's like, you're bringing me back? I thought I died in the last film.
The music was okay. I mean,
It's John Williams, as always.
Yeah,
John Williams
it basically
score.
played all the themes from the original saga.
I will tell you, I like that. Yeah, I like the music. The one thing I did like is the look of the Sith planet Icicle with just the armies with the Star Killers that are actually legitimate Star Killers. I mean,
Star
they're
Destroyer.
Star Destroyer.
It's okay. Kevin's not as attuned to Star Wars as I am.
Whatever.
I'm the hardcore one. He's just a casual fan.
Yeah, you got actual Star Destroyers that destroy planets and, I guess, stars, if we want to stretch that far.
Yeah, millions of them. There are thousands. Sorry.
Yeah, so that looked cool. That's really, like, up in the stakes. But, I mean, I don't care what's going on. It just seems so sudden. It's just like
Palpatine gets this giant-ass Force Storm ability, but he doesn't use it on Rey right after he uses it on the fucking sky to shoot down all the ships.
Oh, yeah, there's...
No, I'm just gonna do my regular old thing.
Yeah, they do like an endgame moment where it's just like, look to the left or look up. It's everybody from all the systems. And they all come to...
And they also do like a Harry Potter moment where there's this big old stream and the protagonist and the antagonist are just going at it. It's also a Dragon Ball thing. But in recent movies, it's Harry Potter, you know, with the wands clashing. And what does Rey do to defeat Palpatine? She does a double Mace Windu. She uses 2 lightsabers instead of 1. That's all it takes, baby.
She is the traitor.
Oh yeah, what about Hux's character?
I think I went to the bathroom. What was he, the mole?
Yeah, he was the mole. And he literally you were at the part where he said, "I am the mole."
And then
after
they literally
killing the
just
stormtroopers.
They literally just take a blaster and they're like, he's done.
Immediately, yeah.
Well, his character was a joke anyways.
I felt like that character was only there just so they could have like an escape for Finn and the gang and Poe. Poe, I think, was like the best.
Obviously, he wasn't written as a mole, so they kind of just did that to fit with the narrative.
Yeah, Poe was the best, I feel, out of the movie. I liked his character arc, him and Kylo.
But yet again, they like to crap on Poe for whatever reason. Like, Poe, why'd you do this? Poe, you're like ruining the plan.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you get a female love interest for Poe that's just like, no. Even at the end, she's like, no, we're not getting back together.
And he's like,
okay, speaking of love interest, you want to talk about that one part? This is the part everybody moaned at.
all you fans of Reylo better get your hopes up because there's some smooching going on.
For exactly 1 second, and then he's just like, what am I? Okay, I'm just gonna...
Yeah. He realized the stupidity of that ship.
Can I just
and
die
just
now?
Passed.
Can I just die now? Okay. I'm the Rise of Skywalker, because we're literally rising out of the ship.
And then after... why did all the Star Destroyers just suddenly get destroyed?
Because they were powered by the power of the dark side of the Force.
It's like all of them were some sort of hive mind, and once the Queen Bee, the command ship, got destroyed, all the rest of them went away. They hardly posed a threat. They all had Death Star fucking cannons, and they didn't use it? There were 1,000 of them.
They used it once.
Once to destroy the planet with that one Star Destroyer. But I'm talking about the final scene.
Well, then we wouldn't have a climax.
Well,
It'd be too easy.
that's why I'm here, to pick apart your stupid ass plot. This is worse than Attack of the Clones. This is the worst Star Wars movie.
Are you sure about that?
I am sure.
There's still the Phantom Menace.
It's worse than the Phantom Menace.
Well,
I found a lot of enjoyment out of the Phantom Menace.
At least there was in the episode 1. It's laughably bad. Episode 2, it's just boring, but at least it makes sense.
Yeah, it had the cheesy romantic dialogue, but it at least had a through line that made sense.
Is it worse than The Last Jedi?
Yes. I think this is the worst Star Wars, followed by...
But it's because The Last Jedi was shit, this turned into shit.
This had to turn into shit. Stay away. Stay away from this movie. Do not watch it multiple times, please. Let us send Disney a message. This is not the Star Wars. No. And I heard some behind the scenes talk. that there were several cuts of this movie, and they chose probably the worst one. They probably chose the one that Lucas had no involvement in, and it shows.
I really hope there's a special edition coming out for all these movies. But instead of the special editions for the original trilogy where it makes everything worse, this one will maybe make everything better.
I don't think there's any amount of CGI that can do that.
Well, we'll see about that. Just get George Lucas back in there and maybe bring back Jar Jar, because after all, Jar Jar
is the key to everything. I swear, Jar Jar's still up there somewhere.
Yep.
You saw a big doo-doo.
Alright, I don't see the hobo. He's probably still back over there.
Yeah, we're safe, I think. Other thoughts? What else happened?
Well, Rose Tico this time around isn't as annoying. She's mission driven.
She has like all of 8 lines, and that's about it.
Yep, definitely took notes there. This whole film was exactly as I predicted, like 85% J.J. Abrams just trying to correct, failing miserably, but trying to correct all of Rian Johnson's crap.
And because of that, everyone suffered. So thank you, Rian Johnson, for ruining Star Wars.
Yeah,
I don't consider this trilogy canon.
You're not off the hook, Ryan. We're still blaming you for this.
Yeah, you're the one who started the fire.
See, if J.J. Abrams would have, manned this trilogy for all 3 films, maybe it could have worked. Maybe it could have been better.
Perhaps. I don't know.
How would you have made this movie better?
Improve the dialogue?
No, I meant like as far as the grand narrative. Like, let's assume Last Jedi and this, whatever the fuck we just watched, doesn't exist, and we just go from Force Awakens. Mm-hmm. What do we do with Kylo? What do we do with Snoke? And what do we do with everything else from there?
Maybe make Kylo I think there's just no stakes. I feel that someone had to die. No one. Thank God, by the way. We almost thought Chewie died, the fucking bastards.
But nope, it was just a fake out.
No. Make Kylo a more formidable opponent, and then have him redeem himself by killing Snoke, and then not dying of constipation after
just like Luke,
after saving Padme Rey. Sorry. Yeah, because of that Force ability.
Oh yeah,
Kylo healed Rey from the dead, which negates Anakin's folly, because he could have just healed Padme. And it was in the Skywalker blood. Kylo had it. Ben had it.
No excuse. He just wanted he just wanted to wear the helmet. I'll serve you.
Also, the Knights of Ren were a fucking joke. They appeared on every planet.
Yeah, remember how they were kind of built up in The Force Awakens like some badasses? No, it's just some people with hockey sticks.
And then Kylo easily destroyed them. Easier than those Sith guards in The Last Jedi.
and in this one, arguably, with the blasters. Oh. Which I didn't get that whole cult behind Palpatine. It's just like,
I think we're closing in on card storage here.
I just didn't get the entire cult of Palpatine. They still have their hoods up and they're like
for a minute there, I thought they were all about to chant the fucking Duel of Fates.
Yeah, and he's attached to this thing How did he survive? How the fuck did he get off the star?
Death Star blew up.
Yeah.
Not only did he fall into the pit.
Wait, did it blow up?
Go look at the Return of the Jedi.
I'm trying to remember. Did it blow up? Because we go to a planet where it seems mostly intact.
I know. I don't know how that is.
I thought it was blown to bits. So.
It must have made of some Beskar or something.
It doesn't make any sense. None of this makes any sense.
No, it doesn't. It makes less sense than the Last Jedi.
The only 4 movies you need to know are Revenge of the Sith, New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and The Return of the Jedi. Just disregard this trilogy, please. It is not in the canon.
No. I'm gonna cry myself to sleep tonight.
I won't, because I didn't really care that much to begin with. I'm
an avid Star Wars fan, but Yeah.
There's just way too much of Star Wars.
They just
spin-offs.
They just
got
had the wrong
Mandalorian.
people in charge of it. I feel they didn't know. They didn't have a vision going
I think
in.
J.J. Abrams was like the right director because you saw what he did with Star Trek. That was still pretty good. Well, the first movie, maybe the second one.
Into the Darkness was kind of shit, and then I forgot about Beyond. I don't think I even
Maybe
saw
I didn't. I watched the first movie. That was good.
Oh wait, I don't think that one was even made by JJ. JJ made Into and the first one.
Maybe I didn't watch too far into the second one. I just know there's like a female.
I wonder why.
whatever.
Maybe people should stop giving J.J. Abrams franchises that he thinks that he's a fan of and thinks that he knows like the true themes behind.
Just because he looks like a geek, doesn't mean he's gonna actually make a good movie based on geek fandom.
I don't think he got the spirit of Star Wars at all. Like it's very Shakespearean. It's very like mythological. It takes lots of cues from old classic tales. This one takes cues from how to make an adventure book.
Yeah, that's another thing. There are way too many like winks to other films. Like you see that's an homage to this film.
Yeah, the fan service was off
like,
the charts
yeah.
in this movie. I mean, yeah, okay, it's nice, but I mean, we can just watch the good movies to watch that shit. I'm not gonna want to see this again.
Nope, it doesn't make any goddamn sense. That's all it comes down to. It's
they made good use of Leia's previous footage, I guess. Except all of her lines were like, she said a line, and then that person will like fucking do the Meisner repetition exercise right back.
Yeah.
It's like, you need a follower.
and I thought
need a follower?
I thought Lando's character was going to be cool, but he kind of just talks like this throughout the entire adventure. He doesn't really seem excited, even when he flies in on the Millennium Falcon. He's like,
like 10 seconds.
It's like he knew this was shit, and he's just like, ha 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 ha. Give me my check now. This franchise is dead.
Same with Harrison.
Yeah.
I heard Hayden's voice. That's about it.
I thought there'd be... Come on. Anakin Skywalker was a huge freaking
JJ
character.
said that Star Wars would not be if it weren't for Palpatine, and that's why he brought back Palpatine. But Palpatine wasn't the original big baddie. And Palpatine isn't the main character of Star Wars.
It was Darth Vader.
It was Anakin fucking Skywalker.
And we just get his helmet, and then it's just like, I turned, but now I'm good. Whatever his line was. It's like, come on, don't do that. Come on.
Oh, and then I guess we'll end off with how the movie ended.
Is that the hobo?
Some random person goes up to Rey, strolling.
Okay, I'm just going on hobo check. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry what the economy has done to you, but I mean,
The icy ice, kid.
I feel bad. But
They'll catch you faster than you can say Epstein killed himself.
I know.
Or
I
didn't
feel
kill
bad,
himself.
but I mean, I'm sure he's not dangerous, but still, yeah.
But yeah, that final moment. So Rey goes to turn in the lightsabers on Tatooine. I don't even know how she found the old Skywalker home. Where did she have that information from? Did Leia show her one time? Did she take her on the Millennium Falcon and be like, this is where Luke's uncle and aunt died?
Let's just end on the most eye roll of notes.
The old woman asks Rey, who are you?
and then you get the Force ghosts of Luke and Leia, which I thought they were going to bring in the entire Skywalker family, Anakin, but nope, it's just Luke and Leia.
Why was there not Vader there? Where's Padme? It could have been Hayden Christensen.
That'd be a good callback.
And
no.
Natalie Portman. But
anyways, what she's like, she just looks over and she's just like, and you got the binary suns in the background, like the fourth movie, Skywalker.
Rey Skywalker.
Oh,
not to mention she's a Palpatine by blood. So you can please both sides. You can have, she's a Palpatine, and she's a Skywalker now, even though she's not, and I'm not going to accept that. You can't just take someone's name like that. It doesn't work that way.
I thought it would have been a more meaningful ending if, Ben Skywalker, you know, at least survived and then got all the souls of, like, all the Jedi into him.
No, we needed the Mary Sue to save the day. The Force is female. Ben had to die.
Well, that's it.
Yeah, that's the end of the Skywalker Saga. Return of the Jedi was pretty nice.
I think it ended how the Skywalkers ended. Just that's it.
Yeah. Did you hear that? That's the sound of Star Wars slowly dying.
Well, at least you got Disney Plus, The Mandalorian, several spin-offs to come. Remember when Lando turned to that one chick?
Yeah, and there's probably gonna be a spin-off of her, maybe.
And who are you? Where are you from? I guess we're gonna find out. Well,
Disney, get your heads out of your asses, okay? It's not all about money. It's about pleasing, like, the people who made this franchise what it is. And in order to have that, you need to have a vision in the first place. That's why they liked it. They hooked onto a vision. Someone's vision of that world. And then you took that vision and you stripped it apart and you were like, this is what makes a Star Wars movie. And then you try to make it and you couldn't. You didn't make a good trilogy. You had poor direction. Kathleen Kennedy needs to be fired. Bob Iger, what the hell are you doing? Well, why did you toss out all of Lucas's things? Lucas said that he gave you guys all scripts for this shit, and this is what you come up with? You came up with absolute dog shit, and you had the master of Star Wars giving you things on a platter.
well, you must really care about Star Wars. I just think it's a shitty movie.
Yeah. The hate is flowing through me. I have fully embraced my role as a Sith Lord.
It's 2:15 a.m. Well,
Yeah, it's time to head home and pass out and think about this.
well, I don't know if we're going to be doing more of these because, you know, we don't have like our schedules just don't allow us to go out and just watch all the movies, but we'll try to do more of these and with any movies we happen to see.
Yep. It was fun ranting on it, and it was fun seeing just how much of a shit show, seeing it all fall apart, because I came in knowing it was going to be
The
bad.
audience and the staff even agreed. Everybody was in unison. With
Everyone was laughing in the theaters at
and
the wrong places.
Everybody was going, ugh, at the right places.
Exactly, like the Raylo kiss.
And, it's not really, I don't think it's as divisive anymore. I think pretty much the majority thinks it sucks. So.
Yeah.
That's it. It just sucks. So
It sucks.
Yeah.
I give it
I'll give it a
3 out of 10.
I'll give it a 4 out of 10.
So 3.5 average between us.
Yeah, it's just a bad movie. Just don't watch it. Plain and simple.
It's pretty. That's about it.
Pretty fucking stupid.
Well, we'll catch you on the flip side, guys.
All right, we'll see you guys later.
Toodles.